VR is saved. Nothing is remotely wrong. Nobody's losing their jobs. Attack on Titan VR looks so good. I'm so glad we waited almost 2 years to see this. PSVR 2 is selling really, really well. What do you mean development cuts? Never heard of those. Update 67 just saved all of us. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mom. God bless this lizard in Paris.
Nobody gives a fuck. I feel liberated.
Today I'm going over the last few weeks of major VR news that you as a Quest 2, Quest 3, or even a PSVR 2 owner should probably be aware of. New updates are out, new games were revealed. Meta's cloud gaming service leaked because of French people. And development cuts have continued. And you can now get a Quest 3 for $25. If you couldn't tell because you have the IQ of the average Twitter VR enthusiast, this thumbnail and title are very sarcastic. You will see why very, very quickly. The VR space has continued its schizophrenic behavior, and I'm here to break it down. If anything I cover in this video is at all useful in any, basically I'm trying to pay off a rebuilt EJ engine after my old one blew up, shape or form, a like and sub would go a long way. And oh my god, is that American? Jesus! Also, huge thanks to everyone that supports me over at Patreon at patreon.com/GetHip. The last few months, as I'm sure if anyone who's actually somewhat sane and hasn't suffered severe head trauma at some point in their life can see, the VR scene over the last few months has statistically literally flatlined. From Meta suffering a complete inability to market the Quest 3 properly, consumers showing disinterest as $500 is console money to them, and most aren't yet willing to shell out that sort of money for a niche new technology, besides, you know, morons like me and you who like being psychologically abused by old people. Sony are also cutting back on VR development due to poor PSVR 2 sales. Major VR companies having to cut staff or completely restructure to cope with the decline in users, etc. etc. Get me f***ed up in this hole. I highlighted this very eloquently in my last video titled VR is Cooked, only to get dogged by the entire VR Twitter community for being too negative. These people, although openly admitting to having not watched the video, or in some cases, not watched any of my videos, claim that I should cover more positive topics and have more positive thumbnails and not negative ones, and that by doing that, you guys will have a more positive view of the VR space, and in turn, the VR space may perform better. And that if I don't talk about negative VR topics, I think they'll probably just go away. So from now on, I'm going to enlighten all of you with positivity. It looks so good. Look, I'm just gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I didn't wait 2 years after an Attack on Titan VR announcement to be greeted with gameplay that looks like this. But I did. This is developed by the Japanese studio Universe, who are based in Tokyo. And this is a VR adaptation of the Japanese anime Attack on Titan. And I'm saying this as someone who loves the Japanese and drives the best Japanese car ever made. Hit him with a dozo yoroshiku oishii gohan kudasai. Got that Duolingo 100-day streak and type shit. This looks not epic. From the FPS drops in the trailer, the muddy textures, the pop-in, the clunky looking gameplay, the Titans just standing around awkwardly. I mean, at least some of the dismemberment stuff looks kind of cool. Some of the weapons look cool, and at least it will have co-op. I don't want to be too mean here. I mean, I'm trying to be positive after all. But the comments have already torn this poor team to shreds. I think collectively, the VR consumer market just cannot take any more releases like this. The bar has finally been set at a reasonably respectable level with some of the more recent VR releases, so content like this in 2024 just feels kind of unacceptable from a major IP. And from a non-VR consumer standpoint, this once again tarnishes this medium. Instances like this highlight why so many don't take VR seriously to this day. And I don't blame them when they're faced with content like this from a major IP. This is made way worse by the fact that they posted a concept trailer over a year ago, which was uploaded to Meta's official YouTube channel. It garnered 250,000 views, which is like a lot for a VR title on this headset that looks nothing remotely close to the actual gameplay. Now, they do clearly state that this is a pre-rendered trailer, but I don't think that should just allow them to essentially engage in completely blatantly false advertising. I mean, this may as well be replaced with a piece of text that just says, "Just kidding, lol." It's basically the same statement after all. Couple this with the fact that we already have a fan-made Attack on Titan VR game that looks 100 times better than this official one. Anyway, I'm sure the game will be amazing. We need more positivity in this space, guys. Let's keep up the good vibes.
Over-medicated. It was overrated.
In an attempt to suck the average person into more long-term crippling debt, Meta are starting a buy now, pay later scheme which allows you to own a Quest 3 for $25 a month. This comes with Meta Quest Plus subscription service too. Legitimately, this is actually a pretty cool move. This is potentially a great solution to get the average person into VR, as I know there are a lot of people who are just too afraid to dump $500 into a VR headset in case they won't enjoy it. This takes a lot of that weight off of the average consumer and it gives them a ton of content too. This coincides with the Quest 2's stock depleting across many stores, the Quest 3S incoming, and Christmas inching ever closer. The industry is in shambles at the moment, so Meta isn't pulling any punches right now. They literally can't afford to. But this is currently only available to America. Because of course it is, mate. America gets everything that's cool, and you kids don't even appreciate it, because most of you lot haven't even left your country to see how dire the rest of Earth looks.
I just woke up in a f***ing steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a
My local council here in England cut down every tree in our city centre last year. Update V67 is here! You can finally resize windows. You can position up to 3 of them wherever you want, in addition to the 3 other windows that you can have in docked positions. So now you can have 6 total windows to check, I guess, your non-existent Tinder matches. The Quest Pro also got improved eye tracking for the 3 of you who bought that headset. You can now join Wi-Fi networks on the Quest 3 via a Wi-Fi code if you have one, instead of laboriously typing in the entire Wi-Fi code. You can now access swipe typing outside of experimental features, but I can't even pretend like I care, like the majority of Update V67 YouTubers. This is a very, very boring update. But the one thing of actual interest to note, Meta will soon start to promote selected content creators on the Horizon feed. You know, the feed that you see when you boot up the headset. Allegedly, you can enroll to be included via the MetaQuest Discord server, meaning there's probably a selection process in place here. So I would expect this to be a promoted feed of generally more positive speaking Meta-backed creators, similar to the controversial Meta Creator Program, rather than just an objective feed of Quest-related content. But luckily for me, now that I've decided to be more positive, you'll likely see me on that feed soon. You may have seen this ad pop up a few times. I mentioned it briefly in my last video, but nobody watches my videos anyway, apparently, so you probably didn't see it. Meta is trying to clearly compete with the Apple Vision Pro by trying to prove to the public that they're capable of a lot of the same features. In the process, they have created this completely delusional advertisement. I mean, this ad is categorically insane. In said ad, this man, likely a schizophrenic, is unable to assemble a crib with the included manual. Frustrated, he picks up his Meta Quest 3, watches a crib assembly video using mixed reality, Googles images of screws, no screw in particular, just a random assortment of screws, and then I guess finds the one missing screw that he needed to reverse this mess, remembers that he has an Allen key, because I guess he wasn't using that before, only for it to then change into a Phillips head screwdriver. He also has a flathead now too. And now the crib's fixed! Look, I'm not trying to be a total pretentious jackass here. I get the point they're trying to convey, but this is just not the way to go about it. There are legitimate uses for mixed reality on this headset, but this is a horrendous rendition that actually doesn't really say anything of substance and makes no fucking sense. The majority of Meta's social accounts are just littered with this sort of completely out of touch, sheltered, cringe content that makes me and any normal sane person embarrassed to be associated or own this headset at all.
What's up, guys?
What's good, guys? Welcome to the crib.
Yo, it's your boy Sean. Can't letting y'all know we are trying something different.
As you know, I've been traveling so much lately.
You guys know I love tech, and this is a game changer.
Alright, let's check out UFC Fight Pass now. Man, I actually feel like I'm here.
Gotta have my coffee.
MetaQuest 3 just saved my plan.
Sitting octagon side. Great. But this right here about to come in real clutch.
How cool is that?
Mixed reality allows me to follow along as I transfer this beautiful plan to a new and improved home.
I'm bringing Quest 3 on the road with me. Getting her done. It's too easy.
Anyway, back to positivity.
Yeah, my money big body, my money talking. No.
Engine went bang, built a new one, need to pay for it, so Strike Rush are here to give me money to tell you about their game. God bless them. Strike Rush is a team-based VR FPS, currently sat at a blistering 4.7 stars on the Quest store. It's a 4v4, there are 3 roles, each with their own unique abilities ranging from the Blitzer's role that gets specialized stealth ability, the Blitzmans who get an AI partner that supports you in combat, or the most absolutely apeshit role, the Colossus role, that gives you a multi-purpose robot mech that you get to pilot. This is an FPS team shooter on steroids. It's doing great right now on the Quest store, and it's priced at about $20. The game is linked down below along with their trailer. They also just dropped their brand new map, Shining Vessel, and 3 new skins to coincide with the 4th of July. God bless America! Meta recently got hit with some Meta cloud leaks. For those of you unaware, Meta has been testing a cloud game streaming service to bring PC VR titles to Quest. It is basically the Xbox cloud gaming thing, but for Quest. Discovered by this French person, he discovered in the experimental features of Update v67, back when it was on the public test branch before it rolled out to the public, he found a reference to Avalanche, which is the code name for Meta's cloud streaming service, which was discovered earlier. Attempting to activate it, the only option that popped up for him was for the PC VR title, Lone Echo, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Upon clicking continue, he was unable to get in, and then he had what seems to be a French version of a stroke. Anyway, VR is totally fine. I've tested positive for positivity. I'm gonna positive so hard. I'm a positive all over the place. Just kidding. This guy and everybody else that thinks that I shouldn't talk about the shortcomings of this space and instead live in a schizophrenic state of positivity stinks of cheese. You can still be positive, enjoy this technology, enjoy good content while simultaneously highlighting the shortcomings and negative topics in this constantly fluctuating but ever awesome VR space.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see.